What's up, comic amigos, and welcome back to the Team Nerd Herd Top Picks of the Week. I want to thank you for all your follows and likes, and we would really appreciate if you can hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment and help support this show. We would really appreciate that. But first off, let's have a little roll call and pass this mic on to Hip Hops and Me. What's up, bro?
What's going on, y'all? What's going on, YouTube world? It's your boy Steve, aka Hip Hop's in Me. You know, you're a comic book fanatic and pop culture fanatic, 1 in 12 scale figure collector, and I'm ready to get into this show, guys. Let's pass it on down to Big Rob. What we got going on, Big Rob?
Guys, it's Big Rob, aka Rob's Nerd Haven on Instagram, and I'm just chilling here tonight, Thursday night, and ready to talk some comics with you guys. Let's pass it on to Comics and Pops.
What up, nerds? This is Comics and Pops, aka Alonzo. You're a comic book nerd as well as pop culture fanatic. Over to you, Nick.
Yo, what's up, everyone? It's Comics. It's Cosmic Ninja over here. Yeah, just enjoying a Thursday night here with the group. Kicking it over to Ian.
Hey, what's up? My name is Hood Rat Comics, and I'm just a Comic-Con mister. But we forgot somebody. What's up, JR?
Nothing much. JR, Rogue's Law. You're a Marvel fan, comic book fan, Star Wars nerd. I'm ready to get into some comics. What's up? What do we got, Ian?
All right, so first off, what you got, Rob? You're first, man.
All right, so once again, I guess I'm your resident show TMNT guy on this group. I got TMNT 107, and it's the continuation of the new villain that the Turtles encounter on the last issue. Well, if you read the issue, you know they haven't encountered him yet, but one of the new members of the group does. And but I think by this point the name should be out. It's called the Slithery. That's the name of the villain, and it's a gnarly looking villain. Not sure what he's all about, but he's interesting, and I'm not sure what kind of a challenge he's going to be for the Turtles. I don't think he'll turn out to be another friend. If they keep adding friends lately, so it should. I think this guy will stick around as an protagonist to our heroes here. So that's so far so good with TMNT. The first 7 issues after 100 with I believe it's still like Campbell writing, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's Campbell writing still on this, and let's see some of these covers here, Ian. What other covers? So this cover right here, I think, is the best of the lot for 107.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's Eastman, right? That looks like Eastman.
Cover. It's Mauser, and I don't know if they're trying to recreate the moment from issue 106. So there is a moment where Mauser appears on 106, but it's the wrong turtle from what I see in the reflection there. But yeah, that's really dope. That's the best cover. You want to get one cover, that I would go with the Eastman cover, and that was also an N.C.B.D. It was pretty good, but not one of the better ones. A little more realistic. You can see a lot more of the texturing, the shadows, the reflections. It's a good cover.
That Mr. Clean forehead.
Right?
Yeah,
Looking
I don't
like
know, the nostrils throw me off.
yeah. Kind of like platypus
So,
look.
Big Rob, would you recommend this one? Because this is like the retailer incentive, right? Is this the one out of 10?
Yeah, this is the one that's I always highly recommend IDW's 1 out of 10 because they become ghosts. You just don't see them after a while. They'll see them for the first few weeks, but after that, people will stay with them, and you won't see them unless somebody's selling their collection or something like that. But yeah, definitely, this one's a good one. It's Kojak. I just think of Kojak when I see this one, the reflection of the forehead.
Mm-hmm.
But my personal favorite is definitely the Eastman. So it's TMNT 107, and they're doing a good run since 100, and I definitely recommend this series.
All right, cool. Well, thanks, Rob. So moving on, what you got, JR?
So I've got another X title. They're bringing X Factor back, and it's gonna be interesting because some of these characters have been dead for a while. Like Dakin up in the top, Wolverine's son has been dead. I believe Frankencastle cut him up and destroyed him. I think he also got turned into a zombie at one point. Prodigy, that's all the way in the very bottom, the African American kid, had no powers. So I'm not sure if they're going to give him powers or what. I really liked him when he was in, I think it was X-Men New Class, I think they called it. So we've got a bunch of these guys, and this is all starting to ramp up to the Sword of X. So I'm interested in seeing kind of where this team is going to fall in that, because it sounds like it's going to be a major event, and these, at least 4 of the personalities in this group, Dakin, North Star, Polaris, and Prodigy or Rachel Summers, Phoenix, whatever you want to call her, all have really strong personalities. And I don't know who's going to actually lead this team. So I'm looking forward to it. It's got several covers. You got your traditional original X-Men.
This is Scott Williams' Virgin.
Yeah, and I think it was Unknown Comics exclusive too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and this is the Jim Lee homage.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And this is also a homage to the original team, which I always loved. I thought the original concept was great of this book.
Mm-hmm.
Our next one is
an Ivan Shavrin.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, Ivan, keep drawing. It looks like they're trying to do like a Ronin type thing.
Then you got
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either, man.
Yeah, it's rough.
Then you got the incentive. This is a 1 in 10, and I hate these things. So stop it.
Yeah, I don't get this. This obviously is a reference to, they've been doing this with all the X books since Hickman took over.
This Hickman's doing right here.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this one.
Here's Tom Mueller. Has Tom Mueller been doing all these funky?
I think so. They've been doing a bunch of weird ones like this.
It's like a textbook. That's what it reminds me of.
Well, that's kind of what I think they're going for.
It's chem class.
I know.
Yeah,
Like, I want to see that.
It's pretty bad. There is one that I really like, though. I think Ian's got it in here.
There's a 1 in 25. Here.
I like this
cool.
one.
Me too.
I mean,
Is
it's
this the movie
different.
poster?
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
one looks good.
I don't remember what movie it is, but it is pretty cool.
Movies or books or something. This has
And
been done a minute.
It's not Snatch, is it?
It looks like one of those Japanese, like red. You know, like see, you look at the
Yeah.
top. That was red. I don't know. You know.
I also find it weird that at least Dakin is the one that's kind of the bigger looking guy.
Mhm.
Dakin was never big. He was a really kind of scrawny guy.
He's
so I'm
bigger than the rest
interested-
of the team, though. Like,
Yeah, and I'm wondering if they're going to play him as the muscle for this team, but
And
I
this,
can see
this, cover,
that.
and this cover was done by David Baldion. And then you got the 1 in 100.
which is my favorite. This
Larry-
is just
Oh,
one
Larry
of my
Stroman?
favorite
Strong guy.
teams.
Yeah, I think a
Yeah.
lot of people like this particular team or this era.
Yeah, that's
Well,
what
I
looks
just-
dope.
Havoc's one of my favorite X-Men characters of all time. And
Oh, what a
him and
team.
Polaris were great together.
So,
I mean, you got Farrell. Or is that... It's Farrell in there right now, right?
No,
I always get her...
That's Rain.
Is that Wolfbane?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
And then Strong Guy and Multiple Man.
And then you
Strong
got
guy.
the 1 in 50.
Yeah, which is another one I'm like,
It's not worth
it's,
50.
that costume is just hideous. That's just not
I'm-
a good costume for Polaris.
This is done
I
by
like the
Otto
colors.
Schmidt.
The coloring's cool.
Yeah, the colors look nice.
Yeah, they
But
pop.
I agree. It's kind of meh.
I think it's the face.
The face,
not-
and she looks like the controller. If you see the Fantastic Four villain, she looks like the controller in the face, with that mask the way it is.
It's not worth the premium you have to
I
pay
can
for.
see that.
No, they definitely
Yeah.
put the best one as the 1 in 100, which
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah, I'm not paying $50 for this. Sorry.
Nope,
All right.
I won't even pay $1 for it.
Well, thanks, Jr. Man.
I'd pay $1.
Okay.
Yeah, I paid
I'll buy
$1.
that
I bet
for-
you
I'd
will.
pay $1.
Yeah, don't knock it.
I'll knock it.
Yeah. Mm. All right,
Yeah.
thanks, Jr. So moving on to Steve. What you got, Steve?
Well, so we have Image Bliss. So this is actually a pretty good story. Had some time to kind of read it when it came out yesterday. So story premise is about a man that's kind of fallen in hard times. It starts with his son being ill, and he's kind of fallen on hard times and depression. Goes to these back alleyways and is kind of just in his woes and doing drugs and stuff like that. And he meets this guy that is kind of leading him into with this building, and he kind of makes amends, and he becomes a hitman, to kind of help his son. And there's this drug called Bliss that kind of erases your memories, so it allows him to become that hitman. So this is from the creative team of Sean Lewis and Caitlin Yarsky, and this is pretty dope. I enjoyed the read, and I'm looking forward to the next couple of issues. Image has been coming out with some good runs lately, and some other comics that I've been picking up that I've been really diving into.
I dig this cover, man. This cover's rad. It's better than any of those X-Men or those X Factor covers.
Is it just
I like
me, or
that
does that
promo.
look like Lin-Manuel Miranda?
Totally it looks like
Oh. Yeah, right. It
But
does.
the Strongman cover's better than this still.
He's like, I'm not throwing away my shot.
Strongman was Strowman Morales, man. You can't beat that team.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a sick cover, man. I mean,
I like the red. This time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a dope cover, man. It just reminds me of something out of a kung fu movie, like
yeah, that or a Purple Rain type of cover.
right.
It looks like a Netflix film or something like that. Like very supernatural.
Yeah.
Mexican Prince.
He just looks high as fuck. Sorry.
Yes,
No,
he
bro.
does.
He's stuck.
You just
maybe,
got that.
maybe he's stuck.
I don't know. It makes me want to kind of read it, though, man. I'm feeling it.
No, I
though.
definitely want to check it out.
It
I'm
does,
feeling
man. It's kind of like the description was when I kind of read it before deciding to pick it up, was the description of Breaking Bad meets something supernatural. So it's a real good twist, and I would definitely anticipate the second issue, man.
He's on something good, though.
Oh,
With that
for
Bliss
sure.
on top of him, he's on something
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Bliss,
Either
with
that
the
or-
feeling exactly.
Either that or someone's under that water doing something really good.
That's what I was thinking.
Right?
Oh yeah, I mean,
Not those orbs up there, man. That looks
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah. Oh,
memories.
Man.
The
Thanks.
corner of my mind.
All right. Well, thanks, Steve, man. I appreciate it. And moving on to me, that Texas Blood. So it started. So this comes from the team. This is Chris Condon's first book. The artist is Jacob Phillips. He done the art for My Heroes Have Always Been Junkies and Criminal Pulp. I was drawn to this book because the name, that Texas Blood, like it first starts off with the quote, "It's like a whole other country." And if you ever been to Texas, it is.
Yeah.
Like I've been to Texas, and I asked them, so do you guys consider yourself Americans? Or like, no, we're Texans, bro. Like we're Texans through and through. So like it's just that type of place. It's a place where like they don't have national parks. Where you go to their national parks are barbecue shops, right?
Mhm.
And that's what I do. Like when I go there, I'm eating barbecue all the time. I'm stopping everywhere in different podunk towns just to get some good barbecue. Texans are very welcome, but they don't want you to stay, right? Like especially if you're a Californian, and they'll agree with me. And also, like if you go to Texas, everybody carries a gun. One of the craziest things that I ever saw in Texas was these paramedics coming in to eat barbecue with guns strapped. I'm like, why do paramedics need to be strapped? It was just like, it was so odd to me. So this is like, this is this world, right? The protagonist is Sheriff Joe Bob. And he wakes up in his 70th birthday, and this is the world he lives in, right? The first thing he says is like, this is like no other day than the other day, right? Like, so is he just kind of going through his life? It's his birthday. His wife is on his ass to get some casserole from one of her best friends. And on that little trail to get the casserole, things are changing, man. There's like there's a smell of change in the air. And if you read towards the end, there is a big drastic change. And we don't even know who is this person behind all of this. And we know that Sheriff, and you're gonna laugh at his name, Sheriff Joe Bob, right? Like he has a history, and he has nightmares about something that happened. So there's some PTSD going on. So it's an interesting read. It's not where I wanted to hit on the first issue, but I'm hoping that it'll hit on the second one and give us a little light about what's going on. But I do highly recommend this book, especially if you know Texas and you know that type of lifestyle. But trouble's brewing in this, and it's something good that to check out. And then there's this variant cover, and this variant cover is by Duncan Greedo, and it kind of gives away what's going on in the book towards the last pages. But the vultures are around. The vultures are coming to Ambrose County in Big O, Texas. So you better watch out. So check this book out if you have some time. It's a pretty good read, and I'm hoping the second issue is gonna let us know what's going down in this little county called Ambrose. All right. So moving on to Alonzo. What you got, Alonzo?
All right. So I have Wonder Woman. So if you guys have been following Wonder Woman, you know that they ended that huge story arc where no longer are the Amazons of Themyscira going to be secluded in their island. They're actually going to open up and be part of man's world and send out representatives and stuff like that. So that ended. Now it's a great jumping on point for Wonder Woman, because now it's kind of like starting fresh now because of all of the events that kind of ended last issue. So again, it's a great jumping on point. The summary for this book was very, very vague, basically stating that a villain is waiting for Wonder Woman in the shadows. So I'm a little curious about it, but at the same time, I'm going to be real. I'm actually getting it for the Jim Lee cover, which is the next one. That's why I'm getting it, because I am a huge Jim Lee fan, and this cover is sick, and I love it. Also, I will also be picking up the Wonder Woman 1984 cover with Gal Gadot on there. That's really why I'm picking this book, why I'm getting it. Jim Lee and Gal Gadot, I definitely have it saved at my LCS, so I'll be picking it up on Wednesday. So that's all I have about this particular book.
Look at Gal, man. Excuse me, Gal. Have you ever been to the moon?
Yeah, she's giving you them sexy eyes too. She's like,
hey.
"Oh, you want me to protect you?" I'm like,
hell
yeah.
She kind of looked like J-Lo. Did she kind of look like J-Lo there, like the face?
A little bit.
Hey,
yeah.
What? Oh man.
Yep, I love that golden armor, man. It's Alec Ross in what was it? Was it Justice or Kingdom Come? Kingdom Come.
Yeah.
So that's where she had that armor. I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. I like it. But thanks, Alonzo. So what you got, Mr. Dealman? Mr. Dealman Nick?
Oh man, so what a day to talk about this book, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Right? The trailer dropped today when we're recording this. I don't know when this will air, but this book is extremely undervalued, right? It's probably a gazillion copies out there. I'm sure you've heard everything, but there's currently eBay auctions of this book going for less than $100 and a CGC 9.8. That trickles all the way down. So 9.6s are going for about $50-$60. Raws are still around $20. This is their second appearance of the New Mutants. I don't know about you guys who saw the trailer. That movie looks pretty cool, and it could
Sign
be
me up.
right, and it could be a huge movie if it drops on Disney Plus or something like that. We're all sitting at home and it drops on a Friday afternoon.
Oh hell yeah!
Well, they're saying the trailer showed August 28th or 22nd, something like that.
They want to put that thing back in the movies.
But who knows when that was recorded, right? Like, who knows? That could have been
I
recorded.
saw that. I was like, what the hell?
Well, the opening trailer to it kept scratching out the dates they kept saying.
True, and it's been a meme for a long time, right?
Right.
Well, the last word I heard was Disney Plus.
No, so during the panel, right? So during the panel, they dropped the date, and the director and then they said, "Oh, we're gonna have a pre-screening." So push this hashtag on Twitter, and the director was like, "If you go, wear a mask." So this is kind of this panel happened during maybe this week or something. So,
well, who knows? if California goes back under lockdown, then they're not necessarily going to be like, well, the sixth largest economy in the world is not going to watch this movie.
Yeah.
So who knows? I think if it goes to the theater, that's not the greatest thing for this movie and the value of this book. I think if it drops on streaming, look out. You could end up with a lot of fans of the New Mutants.
Drop it on. That's what I'm saying. Drop it on Disney Plus, man.
But isn't Disney Plus also PG?
No,
they got The Mandalorian.
Oh, and they had.
I wasn't sure if it was PG or PG-13 because I know this is supposed to be PG-13.
Well, I mean, every Captain America movie's on there right now, like Winter Soldier.
Hamilton had to be a PG-13 thing too,
Okay.
So.
There's some F-bombs.
Yeah. S-bombs and F-bombs and sexual references and everything else, man.
I mean, but guys, for $100 for a CGC 9.8, there are only 1,400 CGC 9.8s right now, 1,450. That's in the Blue Label and in qualifieds and signed and such, all across the board. That's a 41% 9.8 ratio. Compare that to Ultimate Fallout or something else people are buying for $1,000, or just compare that to something more comparable, right? Like I don't know, Miss Marvel #1, or I don't know, Miles Morales Ultimate Spider-Man #1, CGC 9.8. Those books are going nuts, and they're second appearances. This is a second appearance of a whole team. That if this does do what we hope it does, could spawn off into other things. If you don't have a copy, get one. I got a 9.6. I wish I had a 9.8.
Well, there's also, I would get this. I would also track down Demon Bear's first appearance because that's another one's going to go up. Find Cecilia Reyes, which was an X-Men 500 or whatever it is. Look for that one because that was another member that's not part of this team at the time.
Because why isn't this book expensive, right? Because people think, it's Fox. The movie's never going to come out. They're not going to be part of the MCU proper, right? But what would it take for this movie to, let's say, become expensive all of a sudden? Doctor Strange having the multiverse of madness and making all the MCU or Fox stuff canon, Yeah. Could that happen? Who knows? $100. There are way more gambles, worse gambles.
Yeah.
No, but that panel, man, the New Mutants panel was the best panel of Thursday. Yeah. I was stoked, man.
I was hyped too.
I didn't think I was gonna be interested in that movie at all, man. But now I'm pretty interested.
Ileana Rasputin's gonna steal the show. She's such a badass. I love magic.
And that's another character I would look for.
Yep.
Her first appearance, because if they do keep any of these people, she would be one of the first ones I think they would keep.
But there's three first appearances for her though, right? There's
there's the one in Uncanny X-Men when she's a child, and then there's another one where she grows up and becomes an adult, and one where she actually takes the name Magic. So there's you're right. There's 3 issues or something like that.
Yeah, because isn't it the miniseries is one of her first appearances?
Yep.
Because that's when she gets captured by Belisco or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's actually could be counted as a fourth. I don't know if you can. I personally don't want to count the baby appearance because that's Giant Size X-Men #1, and that's a book that it's a little bit outside of my price range.
I wouldn't. It's 100 something. That's the one I would count.
Right, 160 or something like that.
Yeah.
I think is.
And she's a child.
As an adult, as an adolescent or something like that.
I had a chance at Giant Size X-Men last week for $1,200 at a 5.0.
Should have taken it.
No, was it white pages?
I didn't have enough. I do today because you guys know why, and I'm
one at that shop over there.
No.
Yeah.
No, man. It was Zap Comics over in New Jersey. He had it on Instagram, and it was I
5.0. That's good.
I texted it. I sent him a DM, and it was still available. And then when I said, when I asked him to send me pictures, it was gone. I was like, damn.
See, 12 is
a
so
good price.
I know.
But I would be so Well, if I'm gonna do 12, why don't I do 1500 and try to get a 6.0 or a 7.0? You know, I guess that's one of those things where, you know,
The thing is,
dead
right
hogs
now,
get slaughtered. I would end up losing on both.
the
I mean,
thing
that-
is, get
that is a-
X-Books
yeah.
now before
Yep.
Doctor Strange 2 comes out. Get your X-Books. Because once Doctor Strange opens up that multiverse, those things are just gonna.
And Giant
Right up.
Size is the one, man. Giant Size is gonna take the lead, man. You know, like I'm
Giant Size X-Men #1, Hulk 181.
I knew I should
All
have just
those.
bought that on the
Gotta
eBay.
sell a lot of
card.
toys for that.
I was like, damn. I was like, maybe I
Well,
can get lucky.
I would love it if that none of that stuff happens right now, and comic book shows could happen again, so I could get a chance to get some of these books,
Yeah.
not on eBay, where
Yeah, I
I'm having
know.
to pay taxes.
There was a shop here though, Rob. There was a shop here. I'm not gonna say the shop, man, but he had a 6.0 for like
I saw it.
1,300. And then I went in there after COVID, and he was like, "Yeah, we sold it on a waffle." I'm like, "Damn, man."
Wow.
I think I told you about it, Nick, because you were looking for it then. Didn't I take a picture of it and send it to you?
Yeah, I don't think I had the cash for it at the moment. You know.
No, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what?
One-
Speaking of cons, I got an email from LA Comic Con.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're looking
December,
at
huh?
opening it
December. Yeah.
up. Yep.
It's not gonna happen, man. Everyone
December?
is so wishful thinking.
Yeah. December.
This year's a
11,
wash.
12, 13, something like that.
Wait till the flu hits. Like,
Yeah.
Right before Christmas,
no,
huh?
you know.
Hold on, let me
Wait till
get
it
you the
gets
actual
cold,
date. One
you know?
second.
So
One
I've
second.
I've got a first appearance one for you. That new character Virus.
Mhm.
So first appearance, is it the free comic book day issue that was supposed to come out this week? That issue in your hand, or is it Venom 26, which
Venom
came out
26.
last week?
Yeah, Nick.
26.
Yeah,
Because I have it too, but it's 26.
I think it's got to be 26, right? I mean, I was
Is
just
that
forced to pay
26?
50 cents for this.
I got.
You paid 50 cents for a Spider-Man book? I'm sorry.
I paid 50 cents for a free
Yeah.
comic book.
Yeah, yeah.
Cents?
Well,
I
they have
donated
Dude.
$10 for mine.
Hey, Rob, your shop was charging $1.
I
I
got
was
it
like,
for free,
dude.
bro. Yeah.
Mm.
So what do you think is the first appearance though? 'Cause I could-
26,
26.
right? Because
26 is
it
it, right?
doesn't matter about like when they printed it; it's when it's released to the public,
Yeah.
right?
Because
Oh,
chronologically it's
on-
supposed to
on-
be flipped.
Okay. So I have Venom number 25, which is a limited edition.
The
And
first
it
appearance
says
is the
right on the
purple
back
one.
of the CBCS label. First appearance of Virus.
Oh, really?
Yep.
What?
And that is a super fast turn. Like, when did the book come out?
25. Yeah, that was a yeah.
25. First appearance.
Right
Oh,
after
that's
COVID.
25?
Yep. It says
Oh,
says
shit. I
first
forgot
appearance of
about
That's the
Virus
Greg
in
Horn
cameo though. In cameo.
It's
So
splash. It's a
26
splash.
cameo.
Probably like his
Cameo.
Splash.
I
Yeah.
had to order
Right?
that 1 in 25 of the splash cover, the black and white one.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, the
third
second
printing.
print. The second
The
print.
Third
Third.
printing.
Third print. Oh, I already
Third.
ordered. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So again, that
Yeah,
25 is
I do
just a
that.
cameo, and 26 should be his full.
Right. But if COVID didn't happen, it would have been
That
the free comic book day.
Free comic
in
book
May.
day.
Yes.
Damn.
I was just curious because people were already talking about that one too, saying which
Nah.
which is first.
I don't even think he's gonna be.
Spider-Man.
I don't think he's gonna be a major character. Anyway.
I think it's gonna be Jack-O-Lantern
think so.
because no, seriously, there was a War of the Realms like one-off or mini-series that hit Jack-O-Lantern and Venom fought in, and it was something that they both took something from this thing and it kick-started their powers again. And I believe at that same time Punisher showed up with the Warhammer armor and just left it in New York somewhere. And he's in this, it shows him with the pumpkin bombs, he's got the glider, he could easily have gotten Castle's armor. That's why I think it's
Yep.
Jack-O-Lantern.
And he was complaining to Eddie Brock that he had done something to him in the past or something the whole time he was chasing him.
Oh, it could
So
be
that kinda
that.
makes sense.
What was that Hobgoblin guy that got killed a while back?
No, I think it's the Jack-O-Lantern. There's a War of the Realms. It was either an issue of
Oh
Venom
yeah, I
or
remember that.
it was like a little mini series
Yeah,
that they did, or
I remember
one
that
shot.
fight. I remember that fight.
And I just remember that. And I think that's probably gonna be a key issue to go back and get.
It's him or the Hobgoblin dude. Right.
I could see that with the pumpkin bombs.
Yeah.
It's Hobgoblin or Jack-O-Lantern. One of them two.
What would that do to the value of the first appearance of Venom or Virus? Would that?
Yep.
I know, right? That's what I'm thinking too.
If it's not a new character,
No.
no.
Wouldn't it depend on if he stays Virus for long, right? Like if
It's
he's
just a new armor. It's just a new outfit. That's not the first appearance. That's all it is.
Yeah, because it all falls down. I mean, like if you look at the first appearance of War Machine, that's not the first appearance of Rhodey, and it's not the first time Rhodey's been in armor before. It's not the real first appearance to that armor either.
it's also a
it's
cooler
just-
cover.
But that's
Right.
but that's the Riri argument too, right? Like it in person or in armor, right?
Yeah, Riri has multiple. It's like the ones that you have,
Same thing.
Alonso, and there's like the one where she changes her name to Ironheart and has a new armor and all that stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If it's a Jack-O-Lantern or Hobgoblin, I look at it the same like when Scorpion became Venom.
Yeah.
I mean, I look at it, it's like it's similar. It's you're using an older villain and just slapping on some new paint.
But wouldn't
So
that be like
it'll-
if Scorpion would have stayed Venom and was always Venom for then on out? Wouldn't that be okay? But the fact that he went back to being Scorpion, you know what I mean? It was a temporary change. So if Virus sticks around, and if Virus is a thing, you know, maybe it could have more value than like, you know, I don't know.
I
don't
think
know.
he's gonna become sacrificial lamb to that new guy that's coming in. The guy that we've seen on the covers for 26.
that demon
For
looking
27.
guy.
If you're reading
Yeah.
Flash, it kind of reminds me of Godspeed.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah. No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
So it'll be interesting to see, but I have a feeling that Cates is gonna use him as a sacrifice just to show how badass this new guy is.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Time
Well,
to unload those virus books, guys.
Right now.
Well, maybe we'll see.
It's
You
like
start,
the
Alonzo.
next Null, you know.
I'll wait.
I don't think he'll be the next Null.
Yeah.
No Knight dies next year. The Lawyer Null books.
No, get rid of your Punchline books. Get rid of all your Red Goblin books.
No.
No, but
Yes.
don't
Stay.
don't mess with
She's
Punchline,
got
bro.
a shirt at Comic-Con. Come on.
Yeah, she's here to stay, bro. Sorry to bust your
Oh,
balls.
see.
Daredevils. He dies
Turns
next year.
out Punchline is a Harley Quinn quote. And then all the value goes down, guys. All
No,
of
or she's an original character. Come on.
it.
Harley goes down.
And she just melts at the end because her cloning thing time runs out. She
She's
just-
not Spider-Man. Come on.
No, they're not even gonna do that. They're not even gonna do that. They're just gonna go multiverse. We got all these new multiverses, and we just forget about her.
Yeah, she's
So
just
this
Harley
just
from
fair.
different universe.
You guys are killing me.
Well,
All right.
thank you for joining us tonight. Tonight, we really appreciate it. But I'm gonna pass this to Jr. to send us off. What's up, Jr.?
Nothing much. Just want to remind you guys, we've got our Facebook page going. It's Team Nerd Herd Podcast. We've also got an Instagram. We're usually putting topics up there. I think right now our big topic is Comic-Con memories, based on our last show. We're also got a post coming up pretty soon for Alonzo's what was it? Warrior Nun review.
Yep.
And we're hope to have more of those coming soon. So look on our YouTube channel for that. Other than that, I think that's everything we have. Who's gonna be our victim to call us out tonight? Ian?
I'm gonna make it you. You're our victim.
You're gonna make it me. So, as always, as we always say, if you want to do it right, collect what you like.
Yeah.
DJ Abomination.